Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me on a beautiful day in the Eiffel Mountains. Behind me here we have the Nürburgring, and today I think that's a new S-Class. We are going to see quite a few cars going around. It is industry pool. This is the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the early parts of the circuit. Over there you have the Grand Prix track, which currently has, I think, GT3 cars going around testing, which sounds mega in the background. But on this bit of tarmac right here, I am today hoping we're going to be seeing some pretty cool stuff. For example, 911 GT3 maybe, AMG GT Black Series, BMW M5 CS, and a little birdie has told me Bugatti are going around as well. We've got a Porsche Cayenne Coupe here. Absolutely on it for an SUV. So we're going to see some cool cars and try and work out a little bit of what they are as they're coming on round here testing at the Nürburgring. They're making of the BMW M5. So obviously you've got the M5 competition, and then the M5 CS, like with the M3, M4, and also the M2 CS will be the even more focused version of the super saloon of the M5, which is going to be really cool. New BMW M4. Oh, getting a bit of a slide on there. What do we have here? Discovery. Tow bar on the back on the Nürburgring. It would be funny if it was pulling a trailer around. Things have started pretty well then. We've had M5 CS, what do we have now? New E-Class, new E going around. So we've had the M5 CS from BMW, we've had a 911 GT3 with its naturally aspirated flat 6. I think there's going to be plenty more, but I've cycled up here on the Greyp, thanks to my friend Misha. Greyp Bikes, you might know, Mate Rimac's company alongside Rimac with their amazing electric cars. This has been quite cool actually to cycle up here to see what's happening out here on the track at the moment. What do we have here then? Porsche, of course, Turbo S. Camoed though, interesting. You get all sorts of cars going around. Audi here. The new S3, new RS3, followed by 992. VW have been out with quite a few cars. I often wonder when they start out slowly, if they've got some kind of back-to-back testing. And, you know, like another car will follow soon thereafter. To almost compare and compile data, like we've got the Audi going straight after the VW, obviously from the same group. New Defender! Not a normal car to see on the Nürburgring. Doing its thing. No way, no way, we've got the Bugatti Chiron. Bugatti are out. Look at all the testing gear on the wheels. Chiron on the Nürburgring. Wow, we just saw that. That's the Chiron Pur Sport. The new one, no way. The Chiron Pur Sport. I saw that, of course, on a recent visit to Bugatti, and it's just driven around in front of us. The Chiron and the Chiron Pur Sport, one after the other, having been preceded by a Defender. Two Bugattis. I've actually been around the track in a Bugatti before, in a convoy of two and in a Chiron, which was really cool. What do we have now? BMW with the M5 competition. I guess they're stacking that up against the CS, so running some laps with the regular M5. Quite sure what we've got coming around now. All sorts of unusual things. So I guess the M5 comp is going around to kind of set and get some benchmark details and data before the M5 CS goes around as well. That was cool really though, to see the Bugattis, the Pur Sport being the most focused version of the Bugatti that they've basically made, expanding the line. They now have a host of different models, and we might even, I've heard as well, there might even be a Devo around, which would be even cooler. But Chiron, yeah, so cool. Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at that pair, M5 CS, GT3. Oh, listen to that. Listen to that, the 911 GT3 screaming. You can see those swan arms it has at the back as well. So it looks almost like the guys from BMW and Porsche know each other there and are out for a drive together or have set the tone. This is so cool. The Porsches are out in force. What a sound though. You can tell it's OPF, you can tell it's a bit muted though compared to previous gens. Do you have an M4? Yeah, BMW M4, followed by Land Rover around again. Not quite sure what we've got there. Lots of Audi testing today. Is that the S3? I think so. And hot on its heels is the A45S. They're on it. Bugatti are back around, how cool is this? That thunderous rumble. Slower testing lap. Loads of them. Bit of kick down there. Another Pur Sport. Listen to that. The WOB license plate from Wolfsburg. Slightly different viewpoint now. Going to see more of the track, gentle cruise there, but we get a great view of some of the cars as they come through this row of corners up ahead. Obviously getting around on the Greyp at the moment, but we shall see something in a second coming this way. Yes, look at that. The sound of power. Wow. Raspberry 5-cylinder. What do we have there? That's some funky camo. Oh, GT3. Sweet. Driving in convoy, presumably getting different data readings. That looks like it's on it. Really on it. Is this a very leisurely S-Class stroll? Mercedes S-Class. Followed by new E-Class. There are all sorts of different cars that go around here, from hatchbacks and small saloon cars to the larger saloon cars like we have now, to sports cars like the GT3, to hypercars like the Bugatti. S-Class is doing lots of testing ahead of the long-awaited arrival of the new model. Love the way you see things coming through the link turns. That is an S-Class, much more on it. Oh, that sounded nice. There's some major tyre squeal. Oh, the Defender again. Looks wrong, doesn't it? But they're testing for endurance and all sorts. GT3. CLA 45. Loving this. That's an unusual noise. Flying by. That sounded good. PDK, you can tell from the speed of those shifts. Listen to that in the distance. We've got an S followed by an M4. Yeah, new M4. 992. You hear that turbocharged 3 litre in that one? You can tell what that is from the sound. Porsche have done so much testing with this, you have to think it's coming very soon. Just listen to it in the background, the new GT3. Coming in hot, new E63. Yeah, I think that's got to be the E63S. We've got another run at the Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport. Satin black with the blue interior. How cool does that look going around the Nürburgring? Before all the Forza and Gran Turismo gamers of the world say how slowly the Chiron was going, you have to remember that we don't know what they're doing at the moment, what they're testing. For example, it could be tyres, endurance, long range, all sorts of different things. You never know from one car to the next. Obviously, the variety of cars. So that is why I think we've seen a variety of different kind of laps from the Bugattis. They've actually been going around all day basically. And obviously he got his four-wheel slide on. So you just don't know. You just don't know what they're out and doing. But I think it is pretty cool that Bugatti are here on the Nordschleife running the cars, because often people say obviously that Bugattis aren't necessarily in their habitat here, the weight, the size, etc. They are phenomenally fast, but the Pur Sport is designed to change that a little, to bring it to this environment, and that is why we're seeing them being driven here. Nice gentle cruise there. What's coming in hot behind BMW? Is that the M3? M3 getting a slide on. This is just insanely cool, even if they're taking it easy. 2 up in the Chiron Pur Sport. Mega. Coupe back on it. And now we can hear those cars out on the GP in the background, but how cool was that? Industry pool here on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, seeing the Bugattis going around. I guess it wasn't quite the end. One last Audi S3, probably going for a clear lap to see what the car can do around the full circuit, around the full green hell, the Nürburgring Nordschleife. But we've seen the Bugattis, including the Chiron Pur Sport. We've seen the likes of the new S-Class, the E63S, the S3s. We've had the M3s, M4s, M5 CS, as well as the M5 competitions. I'm trying to think, everything else, 911 GT3 with that flat 6 sounding glorious as it blasts on by. A pretty cool day to see some of the cars that are going to be launching in the not too distant future here in camo. Of course, we can't see what they look like, but we can hear a little bit and we can see them out in action on the track. Some pretty exciting moments there, especially with the Bugattis. You don't often see that. Really cool to have been here on the day that Bugatti took some cars around the Nürburgring. Bonus clip, the Chiron is here, just looping around the roundabout. All its testing gear. Nice, hey? So what is that? I'm curious. When we were listening to it earlier. That's a GT4 RS that just sneakily snuck by. Now that is something I'm excited about. Swan type wing. Sorry not to have seen it better. Spotted the headlights of the Bugatti coming back through. Look at that, the Chiron Pur Sport on the road, fresh from some laps on the track in the afternoon sunshine now, with its fixed wing at the rear. Super aggressive, this thing. Super, super aggressive. Stop for a photo. It's got a bucket seat inside. Look at that. Look at that on the road. Crazy thing. Handling circuit practice on the roundabout. Sound of power. And hot on the heels, the other Chiron comes through as well. I guess that's a Chiron Sport. Hey, filming the Bugatti. Oh. Hey, it's a Supra. GT3 coming through, you can see those vents that it's got on the bonnet, also that wing mounted from the top, the kind of swan arms that it has on the top of that. That's pretty cool. Always a nice selection of cars here. Another Supra coming through, the bright red. GT3 followed by a Camaro, unusual over here. I'm not sure yet what I make of the Defenders. Taycan in the green, and there was a GT3 RS over there. Porsche Central, BMW M4, fully camoed, obviously, gold carbon ceramics. Finding out about those in the not too distant future, I believe. And because they're a nice pair, we have a GT3 and an Iridium Silver GTR, which sounds very nice. Yes. Another pair of BMW M4s. I think, yeah, definitely one M4. And number 2. That is a pretty wild colour for a GT2 RS. Looks good, followed by a GT4 and a 911 and a 997 GT3 RS. There was a 911 Touring just before as well, by the way, GT3 Touring. And an M3. One more GT3. Porsche are doing a lot of testing with those. Fans running in overdrive. They've clearly been pushing that one pretty hard. Well, I'm going to call that the end of the day then, the end of the bonus clips, he says. As the Taycan comes back that away, we've got a red GT2 RS over that away. Lots of different things going on for me back on the Greyp bike. Thank you to Misha for lending me this to get around today. And what an awesome amount of cars we've seen on the Nürburgring. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.